Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well today. Today we're doing a little bit of a different intro because I am running late. But what do you think of this makeup look? Do you like it? Right now I'm on my way to a work event and I am filming vlog style because I recently filmed a vlog style morning video. So if you're interested in seeing that, let me know down in the comments and maybe I can do videos like that occasionally. But yeah, let's get into the makeup look now. So to get started, I have already washed and moisturized my face, and I also went ahead and applied the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. So we went ahead and did that, and because I've got some spottage going on and some redness generally, the next thing we're going to apply is concealer, but we're going to go ahead and get started, and I just have my mirror here, which will help reflect light as well. And yeah, I'm just going to apply this now to the spots, areas that I need it. Now I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend all of this in. Now that that is applied, I'm just going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, and I'm going to make about 3 to 4 spritz all over my face to set the concealer. Kind of roll up these sleeves, and the next step we're going to be going in with in a moment is just the tinted moisturizer, and this one is from Laura Mercier. It was in my 2014 favorites. No, it was in my January favorites. And it is just their illuminating tinted moisturizer. I really like this because it gives my skin a nice glow, a nice little extra boost of hydration, and it's got SPF 20 in it, which is always a plus because my winter moisturizer doesn't actually have SPF in it, so it's always good to layer on stuff like this over it. I'm just going to take a little dot that's probably about a penny size, a little less, on my hand, and just gonna dab a little bit on my blender, and I'm gonna start in the forehead area. And I'm just going to dab all this on until it's on my whole face. So now that I've got my tinted moisturizer applied and I'm happy with the level of coverage that is there, it is time to spray some more of my setting spray. Again, I'm just going to spray a few more spritz and just let it sit for a minute. I like doing this after the concealer and then tinted moisturizer phase, and then at the very end because I just help it really locks it, because it just really helps to lock everything in at each step. Because otherwise I feel like if you put the concealer on and then you go right into this, even if you wait a few minutes, sometimes it could smudge this around and things you covered are no longer covered anymore. So I just found this process really works well for me. So next we are going to do our eyebrows while we continue to let everything sort of settle and hang out. And first I'm just going to go in with the Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit. It just looks like this. It's really old. I actually need to replace this. But I just have it in the shade 01 Light. And I'm just going to go in and use this very much used Brow 1 shade in the middle. Also, fun fact, the highlighter in this kit is really nice. And I think to minimize my routine a little bit today, to streamline it, I think that's actually the highlight shade I'm going to be using. And so I'm not using the right brush for this, but I find if I'm careful it works well enough. And I'm just going to lightly dust some shadow in my brows to just fill in some gaps a little bit better. and, you know, darken them up a bit because I've got very thin brows. And now that I've filled those guys in, I'm going to go in with my brow gel and just tame them. And this is just the Rimmel Brow This Way. I've mentioned this in my November favorites video. It might have been in my 2014 favorites, and it was also in my everyday makeup routine. Because when I just gotta get out of the house, I go right to this. I'm gonna just brush this through very gently. So next we're going to move on to under eye concealer, and today I'm actually going to be using a combination of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer again, which is the concealer I used earlier, and the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. I just find this is really good for coverage and this is really good for brightening, and I kind of want a mixture between the two today, because this will actually help it be a nice creamy consistency to not crease as much, and it'll really help that sort of do that, because I need this to be long wearing today because it's going to be a long day. So I put this one on. Now we're just going to go ahead and add a tiny bit of this. And we're going to go in with our Beauty Blender and blend it. So now that we've got our under eye concealer on, we're going to go in and do the eyes, and I'm going to keep it fairly minimal today, and so we're going to use the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Nude Compliment. And I'm just going to use my finger for this and swipe it on my eyelids. And I'm not going to have too much of a heavy hand with it because I really just want it to be canceling out redness and giving it a subtle color. So the next thing I'm going to go in with is the Rimmel Scandaleyes Waterproof Kohl Liner, and I'm using it in deep blue. It's just a nice navy shade. I prefer using brown or navy eyeliner instead of black because I just find it's less harsh on my skin tone most of the time. If I'm going for a vampy look, I'll use black, but if I'm not, I like to just stick to either navy or brown, and I find they work really well, and the navy especially helps to bring out my blue eyes, so I like that as well. And I'm just gonna do this. I'm not perfect at eyeliner. I'm still learning how to be better at it, but so bear with us on this fun moment, and I like to use the Beauty Blender to sort of hold my eyes out a little bit. And I'm just doing a nice thin line here, not trying to do nothing too crazy. Just a nice little line to give it a little bit of color. Good. So now that I've done the blue on top, I'm happy with it. I was just looking for a subtle blue line, nothing like cat eye popping out or anything, just a little bit of blue to sort of just make my eyes pop, because next what we're going to do is we're going to put purple liner on the bottom. And the one I'm using today is the NYX retractable eyeliner. It's waterproof and it is in Purple Violet, and I just bought this to try it out, and I've used the Stila Smudge Stick eyeliner, I think it's called, before, and I've used that, and this one looks like the same thing, just not sparkly. So I'm just going to give that a light dusting underneath my eyes, and I think between the two my blue eyes will really pop and it'll make them look big and it'll be great. So we're just going to go in and just do a nice little dusting on the under eye. This is actually also the first time I've ever used this NYX eyeliner, so this is going to be a fun experiment. So now that we're done with the eyeliner, we're going to go in and curl my lashes. And I'm going to lift this mirror up so that I can get a better view of my eyes. And I am happy with that, and you'll have noticed the finished look in my intro, and then you'll see it again in the outro, so hopefully that'll give you a better idea of what this looks like, but I'm really happy with it so far. And next we're going to go in and do bronzer. I'm still using the Physicians Formula. I haven't figured out which one I want to use next, and so I'm just using this till I finish it up. And I'm just going to use this on the lower part of my cheekbone, my forehead, my chin area a little bit, and that's it. So the next thing we're going to do is go in and do blush. And today I'm using Rimmel London's Autumn Catwalk. It's one of my favorite blushes. And we're using this one today because since I have, the purple eyeliner going on with the navy blue, I'm going to do a neutral lip and just, a nice little bright pink cheek, just sort of just keep everything subtle and neutral so that the only thing that's really standing out is the purple eyeliner. And so I'm just going to use my blush brush, and it is just from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to swish a little on, tap it off, and just put some on my cheeks. I like to suck my cheeks in so that I know where the cheekbones are, because I have a harder time finding them otherwise because I've got a little bit of a round face going on. And I'm just dusting a tiny little bit on the apples of my cheeks. And it's just a nice little subtle pink shade. And we're good to go with that. So the next and last step we're going to do is go in with our mascara, and I'm just using the Maybelline Falsies Flared Volume Express. This is one of my favorite all-time mascaras. This probably actually, drugstore-wise, is my favorite all-time mascara. I just think it's really good. I love the shape it gives. It's long-wearing. I use the waterproof formula, and I really, really like this stuff. So now that everything's done, I'm now going to go back in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and just set my makeup, and we're good to go. Well, I hope you enjoyed my festive and fun makeup look. Like this video with the thumbs up guy. If you liked it and are going to try it, let me know. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Bye.